What up, though, y'all? It's Chris. Appreciate you connecting with me while I do my 10,000 steps today. Sun is behind me this time because of the time of day that it is. I usually get out here a couple hours earlier so the sun be over that way. But whatever, we're just gonna give it this slant over here like this. It's a really nice day out. It's 77 degrees in the Motor City. Just really awesome, mild weather. Shout out to you guys, my subscribers, my new ones and my pre-existing ones, my old ones. You guys have been awesome. And I thank you for joining along with me on this ride to 5,000. Let's get into the topic. I have noticed that there has been an insane amount of pro athletes and entertainers and even some actors that have been coming out and basically pushing us in the direction to vote, but voting for who. And I wonder what you guys think about that. Recently, it's been a huge press. We had Beyonce, Kelly Rowland, Usher, Eminem. I'm trying to think who else, because it's been quite a few. I think Taylor Swift gave her endorsement. I mean, it's really been a lot. Most of them have been African American. There's been a handful not. But the thing that I want to highlight is that all these actors and entertainers, these rappers, these folks, they are very out of touch, which is why I think their message is falling flat. Their attempts to try to goad you into voting how they believe you should. Now, honestly, many of them, I don't know if they really believe that voting this way is for our best interest, or if they're just saying it because they're on a payroll. Maybe it's a little of column A and column B. Regardless, these are folks that are extremely out of touch with the everyday struggles that folks like you and I have. They're not worried about gas prices. They're not worried about the prices of milk and eggs. They're not worried about, just how everything overall has went up and wages have not went up to match. Now, even though wages going up is important, I do think that getting the inflation under control would have a much bigger impact. I think that wages just over time, if you understand economics, wages over time going up is a good thing, but it's going to be more impactful if the budget that you have, it stretches further. Think about it. The budget that you have, if it's able to stretch further, you can get more out of it. Just think about how things were for you like 5 years ago. Whatever budget that you had then, it's likely similar. Oh, I had to stop hard. He had to do the hard brake because he wasn't so sure if they was gonna stop at that stop sign. They did. As I was saying, these folks, they're out of touch. They don't have the same struggles that we have, and I don't really believe that they believe in what they're preaching. It's just they're on the payroll. But then when it comes to your budget that you currently have, before it stretched further, if you take into account what your budget was 5 years ago, it likely was around the same that it is today. Maybe you're making a little bit more today, but your dollar isn't really stretching more. If you're making 50 cents more an hour because you got some sort of raise at your job, that's something, but that isn't nearly enough to make a dent in what's going on with inflation. If you got 50 cents, 75 cents, even $1, that's really not going to make a whole lot of difference. It helps, but it's not going to make a whole lot of difference in terms of keeping up with inflation. So what do you guys think, man? Have you noticed that Kamala's campaign, they have really went above and beyond to bring out however many influential people as they can. This isn't really happening on the other side. This really is just happening on their side. They are just, I don't know where they're getting the funding for this from. I guess it really doesn't matter, but they basically willing to write a check for anybody influential that's willing to get up there on the podium at one of their rallies and say, do this, do this, do that. And I think the fascinating thing is that it's really not working. Celebrities and influencers definitely have sway with people. They say do this, they say do that. I mean, think about it. If your favorite athlete, your favorite singer has some product and, you know, they don't even have to tell you to buy it, just seeing them with it, you're more inclined to want it because they had it, it looks cool, and now you want it too. But it seems like in the case of this, with the voting, the celebrity influence is not taking. And I'm curious why that is. Is it because people are that frustrated with how things have been over the last 3.5 years, and there's no amount of celebrity influence that is going to make them forget about that and choose to vote in a way that's not beneficial to themselves? Or if people are just realizing, hey, these people, they not like us. They not like us. They not like us. Because they're really not. I mean, in terms of being human, obviously we're the same. But in terms of experiencing these last 3.5 years, they not like us, man. The very people that get up on that podium and are trying to tell you to vote using these scare tactics, talking about some, democracy is at stake and all this sort of stuff, just really absurd claims that they're making. These folks have not faced the same struggles over the last 3.5 years that you have faced. They are so freaking out of touch. And it doesn't matter if they're black or not. A person that is filthy rich, that is black, like Obama, I think it said he's worth like 70 million or something in that range. Obama and I have not had the same 3.5 years. I mean, regardless of who's in office, we wouldn't have had the same last 3.5 years. True. But in terms of the inflation, he's largely unaffected. And it's just really amazing to me how you got a bunch of people who, the things that affected you most, they didn't experience that at all. And they're still trying to convince you to go out and vote for more of that same deal. I've seen people of all races be like, this is not it. I saw some video the other day, and it was of an Asian woman. She had a thick Asian accent, and I just loved listening to her go about how we cannot afford another 4 years of what we've been getting. She was just going. It's not working, man. And they seem to know it's not working. It's been situation critical for them for a while. And it seems like the closer it gets to election, the more desperate they get. I don't know what they're going to try next, though. They see that the celebrities is not working. They saw the celebrities they was getting before wasn't working. So what did they do? They doubled and tripled down on even more celebrities. I don't get that. But here we are. But yeah, let me know what you guys think, man. All the celebrities that for the last few weeks, one after the other, telling us vote Kamala, vote for reproductive rights, and basically just ignore the other things that have really been plaguing us over these last 3.5 years. Just totally ignore those and just, vote the way we think you should. Some of the stuff they've said has been really ridiculous. Like Michelle Obama claimed that voting the other way is basically voting against women. And she made sure to encourage women to do what's best for them. She told men do what's best and women do what's best for them, basically. So the women don't have to in any way, shape, or form move in a way that serves our interest as men. Just move in a way that they feel is best for them, and the men are expected to not act in a way that's best for them either. They're supposed to put the women's needs above their own, which I just don't know how you could preach such a hypocritical message. You tell one group to do what's right and you tell the other group to do what's right for them. Maybe I don't see doing what's right as the same as what you see as doing what's right. I'm always going to do what's best for me and for my family. And no amount of celebrities are going to sit up here and try to guilt me into moving in a different way that's not best for me. So I'm definitely interested in seeing what you guys have to say about this one, man. What do you guys think? All these celebrities on the payroll, has it been exhausting? You know, listening to one after another, basically talk down to you and try to gaslight you. Vote the way that we're saying to vote, and if you don't, you're anti-women. I mean, that's such a ridiculous angle to try to push. All right, I'm about to get back to walking, y'all. I just want to talk about that one. I appreciate y'all as always. I'll holler. Peace.